So this is what was introduced by the British, and it continued. Many things from the what people like Kushwant Singh would call the good old British days are continuing. Like you cannot perform a play unless you take permission from the police.
Yeah.
You know that law still operates in Delhi.
Yes.
That if you have to produce a play, drama,
Yeah.
then you have to take police permission. So the law is still, it's not been repealed. So there are many laws like this, and Article 377, Section 377 was one such. It was, I think, a year and a half back, struck down by the High Court, and then an appeal is lying now in the Supreme Court, and our lordships have not yet announced the judgment. But that is just a small part of the whole story. The small part is that whether you are going to punish somebody for this act or not. Now that's not the question. The question is, what is going to be the social status of the person? Now in the last 20 years or so, in American and European society, there is a section of people who demand equality for the third sex. And they demand equality to the extent that whatever are the rights of the heterosexual people, the people who are going to get married, raise a family, should be given to those who are the third gender. Now, to my mind, it's a crucial question. It cannot be looked upon the way it was looked upon in ancient India. Because now, we don't need so much population. All right. But then the question is that if you are going to put the homosexual family on exactly the same status in terms of property rights, in terms of inheritance, in terms of adopting children and raising, then are you not artificially, I mean this is my question, it's a question that I have thought over again and again, are you not really artificially generating homosexuality? You see, it's one thing to be born in a particular manner, to be born as third sex, the third gender, or third nature. I would prefer to use the classical Indian word, third nature. It's one thing to be born that. And another thing is that you promote the third, quote-unquote, nature people by having third nature families. Now, a family is not exactly nature. A human family is not something we have inherited from, I wouldn't say God, but let's say, I wouldn't say Darwin. Let's say we have inherited from nature. It's not part of nature. Family is a human institution. And there are kinds of families, there are kinds of marriages. They're not the same all over the world. So it is something, strictly speaking, artificial. It's a human choice. So the very question, the crucial question today is, if you put them at absolute parity, in your pursuit of equality, that everybody is equal, right? Then I would have some reservations on it. I don't mean to say that what I have thought is the last word, but to my mind, it really generates people who are going to be homosexual not by nature but by cultural training. Now, the question is, why should I presume that? And my answer is very simple. Those children who come from broken families or who have seen repeated divorces in their parents tend to do the same. There are any number of studies on that. You know that in European and American societies, marriage is not an institution which is functioning the same way as the Christian monogamy was envisaged. In fact, today, by and large, what is being practiced is not monogamy, but serial monogamy. You don't have many wives at a time, but you have many wives in a lifetime. Or, the other way. This is pretty much the situation today. Or let's say in the last 30, 40 years. And I don't need statistics for that. All of us who are like me, 70 years, we have seen this in the last 50 years. So the question arises that are you going to choose to generate homosexuality by absolutely legalizing? Then there are many other questions. I will not go into that because now my time is over and I would want to say a few things, especially in the context of European and American societies present day, and then open it for the discussion. But my view is that whereas I would, to summarize the whole thing, I would not consider it to be in any way an attitude of persecution or even disrespect to those who are third gender people. I would not say that they should have exactly the same rights as those people who are going to reproduce, who are going to raise citizens, whatever way they do and with whatever success they do, because that would create further problems of an artificial nature in human societies. So thank you very much.